Oh yeah, my amigos. Yeah, boy. That's right. Where you been, Mikey? I know. Okay, so I've been playing golf every day. This virus stuff, yeah, has not slowed me down at all. This is Madera Municipal. Let's get going. 424 yards. It's a par 4. Hit a good shot. Little left side. I left it into the rough, but I hit a good drive. And then I had 148 to go. I had my 9 iron. The holes don't exist. They just turn the cups upside down and they're sticking above the hole. So I had about 35, maybe 40 feet here for birdie. Left it a little bit short. A couple of these guys are scratch players. I think one of them has got to be like a +1. He's a really good player. Here we go. Let's get going. So hole number 2 is 394 yards. I put it into this area right here. And it's tough to tell from here, but this is at an incline. This is like a little ditch. You see my lie is going to be a little bit funky. I'm looking at the club like, yeah, the loft is going to be really high. So I went with my 54. I had probably about 92 yards to go. It might have been 85 yards. I think that's why I hit it so long. But I ended up going long right here. And because this is a new group of guys and they're not used to me recording, so I went OB because the ball hit on the back side of a hill. It careened forward and just went out of bounds, so I went back to my original spot. I had to hit another one, and then I put that one on the green right next to the pin, and I one-putted, so I had a bogey. I didn't record all of that because this is a new group of guys. I don't want to irritate them, and there was a group behind us. So you'll see that there's some shots missing. Okay, I was 1 over after 2 holes. Yes? Okay, here we go. This is hole number 3. It was playing long, 190 yards. Went with my 4 iron, swung a little bit harder than I needed to, and I yanked it, hit a tree, dropped to that spot, and then I chipped up. And this is to save my par. We had a little money game going. It wasn't enough to piss anybody off, but enough to take it serious. That's a good par right there. Okay. You know, putting is a lot easier because we have those cups to hit instead of trying to put it into a hole. This is a par 5, 509 yards, hole number 4. I yanked it a little bit, and then I had to punch out. I closed the face right here on the club and just took my regular swing. I was just trying to punch it and hook it, and I did, about 100 yards. And then that left me with about 140 yards right here. Went with my 9 iron, just soft, like 75%. I hit it on the pin, but it just rolled out. So now I have this long putt, maybe about 40 feet. That's not too bad. Left it a little short. These greens were running a little bit slow, and I think my technique is a little sloppy. I'm not following through. So that's a par. 2-putt par. Okay, here we go. Hole number 5. 385 yards. It's a pretty controlled swing there. And then I had a tiny little window right here through this tree. I had 118 yards to the pin, and I put it right through the wickets. Just a dandy little shot. And that left me with about 30 feet, maybe 25 feet. For birdie, came up short. Short. Shorty wanna be a thug, as Mr. Tupac Shakur used to say. Oh yeah, here we go. 188 yards. This is a par 3. I went with my 5 wood. I was just trying to cut back, and I left the face open. It faded big time. Put it in a ditch, then got out of the ditch fairly easily, and then put it up for a par and missed. And I settled for a bogey. But my competition doubled and tripled on this hole. So I took a lead right here. 342 yards. This is a par 4. It's a short one. I had another 138 yard shot. I went with my 9 iron. I caught a jumper through the grass. I'm trying to go fast. so I don't bore you to death. Had a really long putt. And I missed that one. And then that left me with about a 12-footer. I missed that one also. And that was another bogey. So I'm 2 over on the day now. I missed hole number 8. I didn't get any of it. I had a par. It was a pretty uneventful. So this is hole number 9. It's 542 yards. I hit it to the right side. And this is probably my highlight of the day. This is a 3-wood. I had to wedge it through and fade it. I ended up hitting it about 240 yards maybe. Pretty good shot to put it right in the middle, and that left me about 65 yards to the pin. I used my 60 degree. It came up way short. I was trying to get it to roll out like all the other holes had been rolling out, and it just didn't. And that left me with a long birdie putt to take me to 2 over, and I missed that. So Joe and I lost. The guys I was playing with was Joe, Alex, Michael, and myself. Michael won that side. He was 2 over on the side. I was 3 over, and Joe was 3 over. So we lost that side. Let's start the back 9. Okay, here we go. This is a par 4, 415 yards. It wedges in the middle. It's a tight shot. I hit it right in the middle, and then that left me with 158. I used my 8 iron right there, and I stuffed that one. Put it right on the pin, and then it rolled out again. So that left me with about maybe 20 feet. That was for birdie. I just missed it. I was dying the ball there, and because the greens were a little bit slow, it turned right at the end consistently. No bueno. Lost a lot of birdies on this day. Okay, here we go. Par 3. That was a par, by the way. Hole 11. This is a par 3, 187 yards. It was playing 178. I used my 7 iron. I put it on the pin. This is for birdie. Missed it. Ouch. That's 2 fairly easy birdie opportunities, guys. But we were playing closest to the pins on par 3s, so I got closest to the pin on that one. Okay, here we go. Hole number 12, it's a par 5. I put it in the middle, kind of, to the right. And then that left me, this is 526 yards. That left me with a 3-wood. I had maybe about 265 to the pin. I yanked it, went far left, yeah? And then I put it onto the green, and I 2-putted for a par. I missed my drive on the following hole, so let's pick it up here. I'm in the rough a little bit. I had 182 yards. This is my 6 iron. And I hit a good shot right there. I was really happy with that. I hit it just below the pin, and then it rolled up. And this is another birdie opportunity. And I missed that also. I was pretty sure about that one turning to the right and, you know, hitting the glory hole, and it did not. The glory hole. Sorry. I don't know what the heck. So yeah, that was a par. That was a solid par. Here we go. This is hole number...
Oh boy. Oh yeah.
14, I believe. Is that right? This is 401 yards. I hit a good shot in the middle. That left me with about, maybe 90 yards. I had a good shot in and 2-putted for a par. Sorry I missed it. That's the way it goes sometimes. And let's continue. Okay. So this was playing 401 yards. I put it in the middle. Yeah. And then I had about 178. I used my 7 iron and came up a little bit short. So that made me had to putt onto the green. I didn't anticipate it would turn so much. I miscalculated, went a little bit long, and this is for par. And I missed it. Ow. That's my first bogey on this side, by the way. So I was playing pretty well. I was now 4 over on the day. 4 over with no birdies. That's not going to help. Michael there in the blue, he was winning at the moment. I think he was even on this side, and he was only 2 over in the front. So here we go. This is par 5. It's 510 yards. I hit it in the middle. Hit it in the middle again with my 5-wood. So I had 2 good shots. And I'm not sure why I'm not recording some of this stuff. I think maybe I had a malfunction with my camera. Just didn't record some shots because of the angle and where I had to be, and playing with the new group. I didn't want to irritate them, you know? Okay, so let's go ahead and start hole number 18. This one I did capture just because it was the most important. So Michael was 2 over on the day. And going into hole number 18 on this side, because we were playing front, back, and overall as a group, Michael was even and I was 1 over on this side. And Joe, I think, was 2 behind me. So it was between Michael and I, see if I could tie him, win this side. So here we go. Hole number 18. I've got 380 yards. It's a par 4. I hit it right in the middle. And then that left me with 148 yards. I used my 8-iron, which should be more than enough to approach the green. I ended up coming a little bit short, and then I had this really long putt right here. Downhill, and I thought it was going to go straight. It ended up turning a little bit to the left. And that left me with about 4 feet maybe. Michael had already bogeyed. So this is to tie him on this side and not have to pay out. And that was par right there. So that's it, my amigos. That's it. It's nice to get out and play some competitive golf. What am I doing with this time? I am being proactive. I am golfing a lot. I am reading a lot about finances, staying out of debt. I'm reading positive stuff. Being proactive, my amigos. Guys, you gotta, if you're watching TV, if you're watching a lot of news, you've gotta cut that out. That stuff is absolute negative at the moment. Err on the side of positivity. Be optimistic. Be optimistic, my friends. Be proactive. Look for work. Do some exercise. Don't sit around and sulk and think that everything bad is gonna happen. It's not. Things go down, things go back up. Everything that goes up must come down. As soon as it goes down, it's got to go right back up. It's an ebb and flow. Just consider this. We're going to get through this. It will pass. It is better if you think optimistically. Think positive. Okay? Begin digesting positive content. Think positive and be proactive. That's all I got. Oh, yeah! That's it, my amigos. Talk to you soon.